All right, so there I was. I'm ranking for keywords left and right in the organic search results. I dig it. But here's the problem. I was only ranking for true long tail keywords, and I wanted a way so that I could rank for short tail keywords without actually having to do any extra work really. And so I'm messing around, I'm poking around with things, just checking all kinds of things out, and boom, there was the solution right in front of me the whole time. And I had in fact scored this on a few occasions without even realizing it. I knew that my site was getting a lot of traffic, but I didn't realize you know, until I really put my eyes on it and was looking to say, hey, how come this one is getting so much more traffic than this other one I've got going on? What's going on? And so I found it. So I'm going to walk you through it. I went ahead and I created software for it so that I could do it on purpose rather than accident, and so that I could do it at a volume that is going to meet my needs, because I do mass page creation, so I need lots and lots of titles. So, all right, here we go. Here is the keyword question commander, and this thing's pretty awesome. Does just what it needs to do. No more, no less, just what it needs to do. All right, you're looking at the screen right here. Got three tabs. Got your home tab, which is your main program, credentials, and help. If you uh, if you don't have your credentials in, well, then you'll just click this tab, put them in. That's pretty self-explanatory. Your help tab, whatever type of help you need, you can get it, coming right through this tab. All right, it's pretty simple. You put in a keyword or keywords, you put in a project name, do a delay if you need to, and run it. And it's going to create a list for you of questioned type keywords for titles, right? So we all use these keyword tools to get the long tail titles, because those are awesome, easy to rank for and everything, and you do enough of them and boom, you're really sitting in some high volume traffic. Well, with this, it forms everything into questions, right? So if you will go and do a search for basically anything in Google, you're going to see that right there on the page, they have this section where it's people asking questions. Now you can do a search for a short tail keyword, and what's going to show up is long tail questions in those results. And Google has them so prominently placed, and they've designed them the way they have because they pull in so much traffic. So boom, there you go. There's your shortcut. You can still rank for long tail keywords, but because we are using the questions that Google themselves is telling us that people are asking, because we're using those as our titles, what happens? Now we're not only ranking for that long tail keyword, but we have astronomically high odds of now ranking for a short tail keyword that they have the questions in. Does it make sense? Do you understand what I'm saying? You can type in something like make money online, right? You type that into Google, and boom, there you go. It's got this little questions section that's highly expandable, and that's where we get all of our keywords from. We're letting Google tell us what they want to rank us for our long tail titles, where they want to rank them on short tail keywords, right? So it's just awesome. It's super powerful. And the beauty of it, it's not causing you any extra work. I mean, you're using this just like you'd use any keyword tool, right? In order you're getting titles and tags and whatnot. You're doing them in this question format that Google is screaming at the top of their lungs that they love. Okay, let me just go ahead and get started here. Now, enter keywords here, right? You can enter them a whole list, one per line, of your own keywords that you've already got. Or you can just enter a single keyword, and the software itself will go and grab you a whole bunch. So let's just do make money online. Now, don't get me wrong, I always use the make money online just because it's so simple, it's so convenient for me. The fact is, this is going to work with anything, even local marketing, right? And local marketers, Boy, your titles are everything, and this is about to make your life easy. So I'm just going to put in one so that you're able to see that it'll go and grab us some more. So just name that MMO. Now, this search delay, when you're using a whole bunch of keywords, like if you want to just do a boatload of them and just let it run overnight, well, then you would want to increase this delay some, right? That's just so that you don't get a Google soft ban, because you know the deal. If you start hitting their search engine with queries too fast, they'll give you a soft ban. So you don't want that, and there's no need for that to happen. Just set it wherever you want it. You got a view projects button so that once you've been running some projects, you can go, because it's not only going to display the results here for you. Let's face it, this is mainly just eye candy. It's going to display those results here for you, but more importantly, it's going to create a page for you, a campaign results page, so that you're always able to go back to that and pull those words. So let's see. This is going to show us how many keywords we've got, and it's going to show us how many questions, and that's the titles that we would use. That's, or at least that's how I'm using it. You may have a million different uses for these, but I'm using it for titles and tags and whatnots. So let's just let's just go ahead and go. Now, as it does its thing here, it's not going to show us any keywords until it runs through here and goes and pulls those extra keywords, since I only put in one. If I would have put in two keywords, 2 or 200, it wouldn't go and get any more. It would just use what I put in. But if I put in just one keyword, then I'm telling it, hey, go get me some more. It went and got me 433 keywords. And now it's just pulling those questions. It's taking what Google is telling us that it lacks, right? And it's just pulling those questions for us. And it's just going to run and run. I'm going to go ahead and just let this thing run for a few minutes, just so that you can, kind of get an idea of the numbers involved here. But I'm not going to let it run long enough to go all the way through, because, yeah, we'll end up with a massive, massive amount of titles to be using. But it would just take too long for this video. I don't want to bore you to tears. It'd be about like watching grass grow. Down here on the bottom, you've got a little progress bar that'll go all the way through. That way, as you're using the software, you got it minimized out of your way, and ever so often you just go ahead and click it, pop it up, and you can see exactly where you are in your process of how close you are to finishing. So we're just going to let this run for a few minutes. I think I've let it run long enough for you to kind of get the idea here. It just sits there and collects these things up, and it's going to go and go and go. By default, it sets it on 10 per row, and it'll just keep increasing these numbers, with always showing your last number there, right? To where you can cycle through these, and you see the results change because you're putting it on per page. And of course, you can take this sucker and go tell it to show 100 at a time, to where you can go through. And yeah, that's going to create us a page. In fact, I'll get you one so that you can see. I'll just do it with less keywords so that you can see what your final report ends up looking like. So I'm going to stop this. I'm going to reload it with another one, but I'm not going to put you through the torture of just watching this thing run again. I'll just do a quick one real fast. Now this thing, I was about to say it's about to finish up, but it did finish up. And does a little thing here. Let me get this over so you can see the report itself. And it just puts a table in there. It gives you these results and the orders that it did, and then it shows you the keywords that you used, and then it gives you a list of the questions that are copy and paste ready. Now, the reason I did that is I know a lot of people use several of Locustware software programs as a service. In other words, they're offering to do this crazy research and gather this data for people for X amount of dollars, and then they turn around, they just run the software, let it do its thing on that person's behalf, and then they turn around and give them that data, right? Makes them look awesome. So I do it like this so that those guys are able to just real easily go in and, for example, if you were selling this to somebody, you were selling them this data, you might show them all of the results and the keywords that they used and just take this out, because for the average person, it's going to be difficult, even if they wanted to kind of rip off your work. Well, that's going to be kind of difficult for them to extract hundreds or even thousands, which I tend to work in the thousands. It's going to be too hard for them to extract them one per um, out of the thing, because if they take it to text, then it's going to be a lot of HTML involved and the table involved and stuff like that. So I'm just saying that I put this together so that a person who is selling reports kind of has them a base level to go from, and then they can format this how they want and boom, make their money. Let me get this. So yeah, that's all there is to it. It's just easy. It's extremely powerful. I mean, you want to start ranking for short tail keywords starting today? Yeah, this is the kind of tool that'll do that. I use it extensively now with my OTP sites, which is crazy. Which, if you don't know what OTP is, it's Organic Traffic Platform. It's a mass website generator that just pulls in traffic on a psychotic level. But I don't want to talk about that other software on this one. No matter what you use, the fact is you're having to create titles for videos, or you're creating titles for pages, you're creating titles for articles, you're creating titles for something, and tags, right? You want to, even for your content, get this kind of stuff mixed in. This is what Google is looking for. And like I said earlier, they're screaming at the top of their lungs telling us, I want questions. People ask questions, that's what I want. So we're just feeding it to them exactly what they want. So there you go. I hope you got something out of this video. I'm not gonna sit here and mess with you and say, hope to see you on the inside, anything like that. Here's the facts. If you're a marketer, get this software. It doesn't matter, again, whether your own products, affiliate products, CPA products, local market. It doesn't matter. You need this. There's no question. There's no doubt. You need this. Grab it up while the price is low, because I am one of the few that right after my launch ends, I put it on the regular price that it's going to be, right? Which is always $97 to $247. The launch price is by far the cheapest you'll ever get it. So grab it up right now while you got the opportunity at the price that it's at, and yeah, we'll take it from there.